What up, what up? It's your boy D back here with part 3 of the rear differential whine on my 2024 Toyota Tundra SR5 TRD-Offroad. Great news, the whine is gone. The problem has been completely fixed, and I am absolutely thrilled about the outcome. What did I do to get it fixed? Nothing other than staying on top of my dealership, Toyota, complaining from 1,000 to 12,000 miles. Bit of a painful process, but nonetheless, we got the outcome we were looking for. Toyota did step up. They involved their TAS team, their technical team into this, and directed my dealership to completely replace the rear carrier assembly of the rear differential, which did end up finally fixing my problem. I'm absolutely thrilled about this. This noise was probably driving me insane, super frustrated with the truck. The drivability really was making me second guess almost everything about this vehicle. So I'm absolutely thrilled with the outcome, and I'll break down everything that went into getting this done so that you guys who are experiencing the same exact issue can have the same outcome as me.
Right off the service sheet here, I brought my truck in with 11,833 miles. If you've watched my other two videos, you'd know that this problem started happening when I had 1,000 miles on the truck, and it just continued to get worse. I brought it back in at 5,000 for my 5,000 mile oil change. I got my oil changes to 1,000, then 5,000, because oil changes are cheap, motors are not. And I complained, and they did like a full deep dive diagnostic at 5K miles. I rode in the truck with the tech, said, hey, this is the noise I'm experiencing. They were trying to tell me it was turbo noises, things like that. It wasn't, right? And so he found it. He ended up putting a scope on the rear diff, confirmed that it was happening, but unfortunately literally drove two other 2024 Tundras on the lot and confirmed that they were both experiencing the same noise. So they just decided that it was normal for the generation, which it's not. And so then fast forward, right, scheduled another appointment on a 10K oil change and brought it in at around 12,000 miles and was finally able to get some traction. So this is just reading right off the service sheet right here. So customer states vehicle was previously seen for repair and concern is still occurring. Whine from rear diff is getting worse. So the revisit cause and action to take was verified customer complaint, found noise does appear to be getting worse over time, began TAS case and was directed to inspect fluid. Here's where it is. This just the proof is in the pudding. Found debris and large pieces of metal in fluid. Then directed by TAS to remove and replace rear differential carrier assembly. So I'll put the part numbers that they used for the replacement in the comments, but the description is carrier assembly differential quantity 1, and then gasket for the differential quantity 1. And it looks like they used 3 quarts of the 75W85 Diff gear oil. And then this is really important too. If this is happening for you, make sure that you let them know that they need to clean out the carrier housing and axle shaft tube. So I've seen a video of someone on here who got their whole housing, everything replaced. And this is, I think, back in 2022. They had a green truck, so it was a 2022. And they got their rear housing replaced and it didn't fix it. So they ended up trading in their truck, which I feel hard because, like I said, this noise was really freaking bothering me. So make sure that they put in the extra hour. So it says right here on the notes, additional 1 hour time for cleaning and removal of any extra debris in the carrier housing and axle shaft tubes as directed by TAS. So boom, Toyota made it right. They stood behind their product. I respect that. Should rear differential in a 2024 brand new truck with 12,000 miles have needed to be replaced? Absolutely not. But I recognize manufacturing's tough. Shit happens. Like, it is what it is. They made it right. I did have to complain twice, and it did take me bringing it up from 1,000 miles to 12,000 miles for them to fix it. But nonetheless, it's fixed. And I've put about 5,000 miles on the truck since then. I'm currently sitting at about 17,500 miles, and the whine is still gone. So I am thrilled. I'm really, really happy. I enjoy driving my truck again. I literally was even considering trading it in because this noise was bothering me so much. So again, if you are experiencing a whine or humming, I guess it's really a whine, but someone described it to me as a humming one time, in your drivetrain, behind you, in the driver's seat, not in front of you, behind you, at 76 miles an hour plus when you're on throttle, verify if the noise gets louder when you roll your rear window down. That is what is happening. It's not your mirrors, it's not wind noise, it's your rear differential eating itself. So please, please, please get this checked out. An improperly set up differential, number one, is annoying because it's like literally annoying to your ears. Number two, it will result in premature failure of your rear diff. If you tow or off-road or run your truck like it should be, which I do, this is going to be a problem for you because a rear differential housing, let's see, when I was there, and it was close to $8,500 that got warrantied out for the rear diff. So just keep that in mind. If you have any sort of thought that this could be occurring, please take it into your service advisor, reference this video, tell them to drop the fluid. And if they find big metal particles, not a fine dust, which is totally normal because diffs do grind on themselves, it's gears, like they have very close tolerances, that's fine. If they find big metal particles, change that out. I'm not sure if it's covered up to 36,000 or 60,000, considering it is part of the powertrain, but it doesn't produce power. It's just part of the driveline. I don't know. If you're getting anywhere near those two numbers, please, please, please go into Toyota. Absolutely thrilled with the outcome. Shout out Toyota. Shout out my dealership. They did a really good job. Turned it around pretty quick. I will say the longest wait was just getting the parts. I think from when they approved it to when they got the parts was somewhere between 6 to 8 weeks. They didn't let me drive my truck, so they literally kept it parked at the dealership for that whole time due to a safety concern, which also leads me to believe that I mentioned that this could be a recall. Potentially someone in the comments said that it would not be a recall because it wouldn't have to do with safety. I said, okay, cool, maybe it's a TSB. But now I'm thinking with how hard they harped on the safety of the vehicle, i.e. making me park it for the entirety of the time it wasn't fixed, that this actually could be a recall. So I think the more of us that start shedding light on this situation, the better chance we have at fixing this for all of the owners that are currently affected, who don't even know it or don't know really the next steps, et cetera, et cetera. I hope this helps you. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I think the only downside is that since that noise is gone, there have been other little noises that have been starting to bother me in the truck, but they're honestly really not that big of a deal. I think really the only big deal at this point that I see, I thought could have been maybe related to this, is that I'm getting this rad rebound in the rear end of the truck. I'm driving at highway speeds and even sometimes driving at low speeds, it just feels like there's maybe like not enough up travel the rear, or something's happening with the compression, and it just results in a really terrible ride. But other than that, I mean, I was freaking out in the desert near Escalante, ripping that thing in four-wheel high, going about 75 miles an hour, and I've never felt more alive. So yeah, when she's good, she's good. When she's bad, she's dirty. Keep on Toyota to make sure that they make things right. I know it's still a struggle for some of us, especially 2022 through seemingly 2024. Looks like they might have figured out for 2025, still to be determined. Yeah, that's kind of my story, and that's what I'm sticking to. I hope this video is helpful for you guys. I'm out there trying to fight to get something fixed on your brand new, should be working perfectly truck. So yeah, hope that this at least finds someone and has some value for them somewhere. So appreciate y'all tuning in. That's going to be the wrap up of the rear differential whine video series. Stay tuned for my next video. I'm going to be talking about the rebound issue. I'm also going to be reviewing the Nokian Outpost NAT tires. Spoiler alert, I freaking love those things. I don't know where I've been this whole time, been missing out. But yeah, I'll do a deep dive on those too. So appreciate y'all. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments, and we'll see you next time. D Dollar Designs out.